Hey, here's an original effect I call the 4-card matrix. Now, I'll just do a quick performance, just give you an idea how the trick actually looks before we move into the tutorial at the end of the video. So, I just show off the cards, show that there's a mix, nothing unusual about the cards. I would then deal face up cards into 4 piles, just like this. I would then have the spectator choose any one card from any pile. So let's say they choose the king. I would then ask them to choose any one card from the remaining piles they haven't chosen from and make it a different position from the last position they chose in the first pile. So let's say they choose the 2. And again, with the 2 remaining piles they haven't chosen from, just one card and a completely different position from the 12 o'clock or 3 o'clock positions they chose in the last 2 piles. So let's say they choose the 9 o'clock position of the 4 here. And then their last remaining pile, of course the only card remaining that they haven't chosen, the position they haven't chosen is the 6 o'clock position, so we'll choose the 4 there. Now we'll just set these cards face down for now. We'll gather up the rest of the cards and we'll place these the bottom of the deck, just like this. And we'll just leave these face down in view. Now, I'd have the spectator just cut about a quarter or a third of the deck and to peek at their selected card and to remember that card, and then to, with their other hand, just to cut about half of the remaining cards and bury their selected card in between the 2 packets, just like that. Square up the deck so there's no possible way I could know where their card is, or what their card is for that matter. Now, before we reveal these cards and go on further into this trick, I'm just going to make sure there's no jokers, because I should have done that earlier, of course. But this trick will not work without the jokers. So we'll slip those out of there. Okay, so we're remembering our selected card. The jokers are out of there. And now for the first time, we reveal the 4 random selected cards. We add up those values together, and believe it or not, the total of those values will represent the exact position of the selected card. Let's see if that's true. So we have 13 plus 2 gives us 15 plus 4, 19 plus 4, 23. So let's deal 23 cards and see if the selected card is indeed at that number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and there you have it, 23, the Queen of Diamonds. Okay, so that's that, and I hope you enjoyed the effect. Now, for how is that done? Well, it's a simple setup. All you need is any 2, any 4. It's good to randomize the suits, of course, to make the cards look very random. You don't want to have similar suits next to each other. Any 10, a 3, so that's our first pile of 4. And then we need any 4, a 6, a queen, and a 5. I'll write this all down in the description too, so you can refer to that later. So there's 5, 7, king, and a 6, and then lastly an ace, a 3, 9, and a 2. Okay, so that's the setup. Now these packets of 4 cards, they can be arranged any way you want. It doesn't really matter about that order, as long as the packets of 4 are in those sequences together. Then we set those at the bottom of the deck, and the jokers are the key factor in arranging where the selected card ends up at the 23rd position. To do this, we're just going to simply make sure the first joker is at the 3rd or 4th position. It doesn't really matter. 3rd or 4th, no more than that though, for the first joker. And then we count off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 cards after our first setup joker. Okay, so the joker's the 3rd or 4th position from the top, and then 23 cards next to it, and after those 23 cards we set up our next joker. And that's the setup, and you're ready to go. Now you can do whatever false shuffle you want to do at the beginning, and then show off the cards to be mixed, and then go into right away dealing the piles of 4. Now you have to make sure, it's very important, that you deal the piles in a clockwise or anti-clockwise position. It doesn't matter, as long as you do the same clockwise or anti-clockwise dealing for all the rest of the piles. So I'm going clockwise for each pile, just like so. Now it's all self-working. You can get the spectator to choose any one card. It doesn't matter what card they choose. Say they choose a 2, and then they have to choose one card from the remaining piles they haven't chosen from, but it has to be a different position from the position they've chosen before. And let's say they choose a 5, and for the 2 remaining they choose, let's say, for a different position, a 7, and then the only position remaining that they haven't chosen yet is the 3 o'clock position, so they have to choose the 9. So then they have their, what they believe to be, and I'm sure you'll agree, their own random selected cards that they couldn't have been influenced in any way of choosing, which is really what makes this trick amazing. So we add those cards, those values together, it should add up to 23. It will always add up to 23. So 16, just want to make sure that's right, 21, and yes, 23. Okay, so all these cards then get picked up. Now, it's probably, I think, a good idea to have the cards face down so that it's sort of forgotten what the values are, and it just leaves that element of surprise for later. So the remaining cards just go at the bottom of the deck, and now the rest is also all just self-working. Just have the spectator cut about a quarter or a third of the deck, and they'll cut past the first joker and before the second joker. This will set up for later. They remember their selected card, the 8 of diamonds in this case. You get the spectator, before they put the packet back on the deck, to cut the remaining cards about half. Doesn't have to be exactly half, just about half. They place their packet with their selected card on top of the remaining cards on the table, and then the packet they just cut from the bottom, they drop on top, and they'll believe that their card is lost, squared away in the deck. Now all you have to do is hold the deck face up, play like you're going to look for the jokers because you think you've forgotten to take them out, and you see the first joker, remove the first joker, and then simply place this packet in front of the rest of the cards and continue looking for the next joker. And when you come to the next joker, pull it out and let that packet of cards before the joker fall on the remaining cards in your hand. Pull that joker out, and the remaining cards in your hand, just place them on top of the deck. And now, believe it or not, it's set up so that the selected card, the 8 of diamonds in this case, will be the 23rd position in the deck. So you reveal the cards for the first time. You've never seen the values they've chosen, or at least you couldn't remember, or you play like you don't remember, it doesn't matter. And then you go on to count 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and the 23rd card should be the 8 of diamonds. So it's probably a good idea too, to, when you do the count, to count the cards face up, you know, just so they can see the cards are all random and nothing unusual about the cards, so that when they come to their card, it looks even more amazing. So I hope you enjoyed that, and if you like that or think you can make good use of this trick, please thumb up, and I appreciate your comments, and thank you for watching.